Hi guys, this is Priyanka
Hi, this is Farhan.
and you're watching
Bollywood.
Hungama.
We have with us Priyanka Chopra and Farhan Akhtar. Their movie The Sky is Pink has had a phenomenal response at TIFF recently, and it's releasing in India on October 11th and worldwide as well. Pleasure having you guys on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
And 15 minutes of standing ovation, that must have been quite a response.
It just kept going and it kept going, and then I think we all also got really emotional with each other. I think Farhan was seeing the film for the first time.
I did see it for the first time.
And Shonali was emotional, and we stood up and they shone, like while everyone was standing. When we were in as soon as the film finished, it was kind of dark because it was still going on, and people just stood up organically, and we could see that happen. And just to see that was just to see people react to a piece of work which, at least for me, has affected me very profoundly. It was amazing.
I think that is why maybe you decided to co-produce the film as well.
Well, when I read the script, yes.
Also, it's a very tricky thing with standing ovations because you don't know whether you should exit while people are still clapping,
Yeah.
or should you wait for them to stop clapping and then go. So
Yeah.
there were a couple of moments within that time
They
frame
claim, but
where we're
like,
"Chale, chale,
chale,"
chale."
but they're still
Because
clapping,
will
and you're
will
like,
they be clapping till we leave? Are they waiting for us to go?
Or are they waiting
Or should we
ki-
wait for them to stop clapping? But then it'll be damn strange. They'll stop clapping. Why are we still standing?
But you guys went on the stage after that and you had an interaction as well with the
that
crowd.
was the second
That
screening.
was the second
We
screening.
had
That was
two
the second-
screenings
okay.
that night. The first screening we didn't. The second screening we went back and had a Q&A.
Maybe at that screening you guys also met the family. Aditi and Nirain, they were actually there, and Ishan were there as well.
Yeah, we met them before any of the screenings started. They were in Toronto at the same time.
They were
as
with us. We
Yeah.
met them the night,
Out of
like
the same-
the night before that morning.
Yeah.
We met them, but to see them after seeing the reaction of 2,000 people in a movie theater to us playing them, to see their real life, that was very
I
special.
think what was the audience didn't know they were there.
Yeah, the
Actually,
audience
that's
didn't.
what happened. The audience didn't know they were there. So when Shonali said that there's a surprise, the surprise was that the actual family is also there. So the audience got to meet them for the first time.
Did you find it very fascinating or very interesting the fact that Nirain actually had a rock concert on the death anniversary of Aisha?
Yeah, he did.
Did you find that very fascinating?
No, not at all. I mean, I think music is a very, very, I think, an intrinsic part of his life. And that's reflected even in his son's career now. His son is a musician.
He's composed one of the songs.
The final song at the end, over the
And
end
his
credits
fiancée
and
has
stuff,
sung
yeah.
it.
And yeah, his fiancée has sung it. So he's always been quite a guitar and a music head. And I think that's how they've approached the loss of their child, is that they celebrate, as Shonali calls it, a death day when it comes around.
And
they
that was the
do
death date. The day it had a premiere.
Yeah.
That was the death day of
Isha.
her.
Of
her
yeah,
son.
of Shonali's son.
Of her son.
So, but that's what they do, and so I think they invite friends and they have a bit of a party, and he does have a band that he's a part of, and they play once in a while.
And I think that's the testament to exactly what this film is about. It's about celebrating people's lives instead of mourning their death. I think we have been conditioned for such a long time by society, by our emotions, by what it should be, that when someone dies, there has to be like a mourning period and everyone needs to be sad. And the beauty of this movie is, yes, there's a loss, and yes, this person is not going to be around us anymore, but they lived a full life, and it's an honor to celebrate the life that was lived instead of the void that has been created.
So you started working on the fourth day when your dad passed away. Do you have a different perspective now on the way you look at your father's death after this experience? Because this is a different approach altogether, and even I think Shonali has a very different take on what death is all about.
It helped me heal, I think. But me and my mother and my brother, after my dad passed, we chose to do that as well. On his chotha, we brought my dad's band that played his favorite music. We had dinners at home where we hosted his friends and our family, and we laughed about the moments we had with him and his favorite jokes and quirks that he had, and like honoring the memory of the life that he lived, because he was a man who was full of life. In the process of doing this film is where I think it was so healing for me to say that his journey on earth was done, and that's how Shonali thinks. And it helped me understand that, all right, my dad's still around me. I feel his spirit in a very strong way. I feel his presence around me in a strong way. I got married during the movie. I was really missing my father that time because as any bride, you want your parents to be there for you when you get married, and he wasn't. And I think just the fact that I was doing those scenes and dealing with a subject matter that taught me to celebrate helped me get through it.
If you can tell us something about Zaira Wasim, she's playing Aisha, and from what I understand, looking at the promo, I think she's outstanding, and we all know that she's a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
How was the experience of working with her? Because the fact is that she passes away in the movie, but she still has that element of celebration. Because it's not like maybe Rona Dhona, the sort of questions that she's asking you, and
It's not at all,
It's,
actually.
Yeah,
it's very.
it's incredible
it's
because
very
I've noticed
entertaining.
like a lot of films of this nature, the graph that they tend to follow usually is that there'll be a lot of light moments that will lead to a sudden revelation of somebody's about to pass away, and then it sinks into like grief, sorrow, loss, and tears. What's interesting about this film is that it's constantly shifting between the two. You find yourself laughing, then crying, then laughing, then crying. There's no kind of like, there's no the cliche graph, if you want to call it that. That doesn't exist in this film. And as far as Zaira is concerned, I mean, her prior work, even prior to this film, be it Dangal or be it Secret Superstar, I mean, she's a very, very gifted girl, when it comes to acting. She absolutely, like, you could see when you work with her, she's like kind of really sunk her teeth and claws into like wanting to do her job really well. She's curious about the art, she's curious about the craft, she's constantly also like kind of keeping people motivated on set, with the way she is. I mean, yeah, so it was incredible to work with her on this film.
She's just so funny also. Like,
Yeah, she is
she's
very
such a funny girl. I think she embodied
Pun
this.
queen.
Yeah, like you. Between Farhan,
That's true.
between Farhan and Zaira, there were only puns and only like PJs happening on set, which are my favorite, by the way. So it was great fun to have her energy on set, and she really embodied the real Aisha's spirit. Like when you watch the film, you'll see videos of the real Aisha at the end of the movie, and you'll realize that Zaira really is her. She's joyous and fun-loving and embraces life, and she really brought that alive so well.
Very interesting dialogues. मेरी परदादी यहाँ लाल मिर्चियों का अचार बनाया करती थी. लगता है आज मेरी मिर्ची का नंबर आया है. बना दूं अचार.
Cheap line, cheap line.
It's funny.
It is very funny. In a very cheap kind of way.
It
but
is,
it's
yeah.
mind-blowing.
But
I love
that's how
cheap humor.
that's how the romance is.
Yeah, it is. And it's also very
Between the two of
tongue-in-cheek
them.
and all.
And it's
given-
normal.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, yeah.
natural and it's
Yeah.
okay. I think there's this like sensationalism around being naughty. I mean, when you're in love, you're naughty with your loved one. That's fun. वो छेड़खानी, मतलब वो मजेदार होता है एक दूसरे के साथ करना. And I think I really I enjoyed being a part of a Hindi movie after about 3 years. I'd missed it, of course. I'd missed speaking in Hindi, dialogues in Hindi, the emotions that come along with that, the expression of those emotions that come along with it. So I really I delved into it with a tremendous amount of joy.
Nilesh Mania, he's a co-writer.
Yeah.
You're a writer yourself. How do you look at his entire graph? Because apparently I think he has done a lot of work as well on the
He's
film.
amazing.
Yeah, he's done a
Juhi
great job.
Chaturvedi has written the dialogue.
He's also done extensive work on the dialogue of the film. And I mean, really, I wish he was here, for a few of these exchanges that are happening talking about the film. I think it would be nice to get his kind of perspective and point of view because he's also very close to the family.
He's making a documentary.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's kind of where the whole genesis of this started from. So his understanding firstly of the family was tremendous, and him and Shonali work, I mean, really well together as a team, so I mean, he was just an amazing asset to have, and he's written the stuff really, really well, really well.
You've said in an interview that the way you intersperse between Hollywood and Bollywood, you don't see it as two different worlds. It is the way you look at it, the way you approach it. How has this entire experience of working in two different industries as an innovative producer yourself and an entertainer yourself, how has it changed your entire perspective?
I think I've been exposed to a lot of global entertainment, which I think generally as a world we are all being, because of streaming, we're all being exposed to it. But I think meeting filmmakers and people who worked in different parts of the world with an easier access, I guess, is very interesting to see people who think differently than what I may have been used to or familiar with. I think that sort of is the only different thing. But besides that, I feel like the language of cinema, it's the same. You have to stand on a mark, you have to say a line, you have a director who's asking you to, dig deep, you have a producer who's saying, Jaldi karo. It's the same things. So I think the only thing that's the only difference for me.
You're doing The White Tiger with
Yes.
Rajkumar for Netflix, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It was one of my favorite books when I read it that year. I mean, it was so eye-opening and just clever. The writing was so clever. And Ramin, who's the director of the movie, Ramin Bareen, he's an Iranian filmmaker, has done some amazing work. Like 99 Homes, been honored, and he's an immersive director, you know. So he's also a close friend of the author of White Tiger. So the screenplay has turned out to be pretty much the book, and that's really exciting for me. The actors that have come together to make the movie, I think it'll be a another really immersive experience after Sky is Pink for me.
Wow, amazing. All the best.
Thanks,
Sounds
man.
amazing.
Web is something that attracts you? Would you want to do something?
Honestly, I don't think people think of this like web and film and this anymore. I think if somebody comes to you with something amazing, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
No,
You
but
know?
I'm saying because you can tell a longer story, like a longer format, like The Family Man, the way it has come right now. So it's like a 10 episodes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, if somebody could come with 10 episodes of something amazing or 10 episodes of something that I would not touch even if it was one episode. You know, so I mean, it would depend on what it is that's being asked. Also, the fact is that the material could be good, but it couldn't be for you. You know what I mean? Even that happens at times because I mean, you have a certain, I don't know, a plan in your head or a certain journey that you feel like you want to be charting over the next few years. And sometimes things don't fit into that. So it depends on what it is. But I never stop to think about, oh, because it's for web or oh, because it's not on film, you should
It's
not
not
do
the
it.
same. It's not. There's no distinction anymore.
It's not that. It's never been that. I've never had those issues. I've been happy to do television when lots of people weren't doing television. So.
You've done television as well, yeah. Rapid fire with Priyanka Chopra. One legendary leader you wish you were able to meet.
Oh my God, there are so many incredible leaders that I would love to meet. I share a birthday with Nelson Mandela. So
I was
would
about
have-
to say that,
I would
actually,
have,
if you had asked me.
I would have loved to meet him.
And advice that you would offer to your 16-year-old self.
That it'll be okay. You don't have to panic about every single thing. You know, like life is not gonna die. Like it's not gonna be, like the earth is not gonna like shatter if, you know, for the little things. I used to really get panicked about it.
What does it mean to be a woman today?
It's an interesting time to be a woman today, at least my kind, like me. Every woman has her own individual journey. But I think it's an interesting time because of the fact that there's an environment where women around the world are banding together and for each other. It's probably the first time in my lifetime that I am seeing all of these women come together and encourage each other and stand by each other and say and stand up for each other, and to see men around them, the incredible feminist men who stand for these women. So it's an interesting environment. Yes, there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of people who this has not reached to. But it's great to be in a place where you can do that.
Feminist men like Farhan Akhtar.
Farhan, Sid, Roy Kapoor, my husband, all of the men, especially surrounding this film, Ronnie, they like standing by female filmmakers, standing by women with female parts, and just our beliefs, and it's amazing.
What's your favorite word or phrase in Marathi?
Kai zala. I say it all the time.
One fashion rule you completely disagree with.
You have to follow trends. I don't like being told what to do.
3 words that will define your style statement.
Comfortable, chic, and probably unique.
That's a great answer for you.
Thanks, babe.
No, I had a great answer for you.
What? Answer for me?
3 words, ask me if I was her.
If
3 words that
Farhan's Priyanka.
define your style statement.
Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Hey,
That's the answer.
drop
Like
that
me.
mic.
3 words that will define Nick Jonas.
Solid, kind, and extremely fun.
Which celebrity would you rate as perfect 10?
Outside of my husband, because I really think he's a celebrity and I feel like he's quite a perfect 10. Just before the cameras started rolling, I was talking about how much body fat Farhan has, which is
7%.
7%?
7%, yeah.
7%.
So you're quite a 10 on 10, my
I'm
friend.
getting there.
Quite a 10 on 10.
3% more and I'll be a 10.
If time was money, where would you invest it?
In family.
If you could make a biopic on a yesteryear actor or actress, who would it be?
I think Audrey Hepburn, because I loved her professional and personal life.
If you win a big lottery, what will you do?
I would divide the money and be sensible because I'm very pragmatic. I would splurge on something for myself at the moment also, and at the same time use the money for things that I believe in.
If you could travel back in time, which period would you go to?
I would go back to the 90s. I enjoyed them a lot.
What's your take on critics?
Critics' job is to have an opinion, but it's someone's opinion. I just know that.
Biopics?
If it's a person whose life is worth telling a story about, for sure. This is a biopic.
Family drama?
I think it's really important, especially in our country, when you take the entire family out and you go watch a movie. I think it's really important to make those. This is that also.
This is also that.
Digital medium?
I love digital. I was a fan of digital right when it came out. I'm a tech fan. I love digital.
Biopics are not always true to facts.
Depends on what it says. If it's inspired by events, if it's based on events, they could, they couldn't. Depends.
You regret refusing some of the films that were offered to you?
No.
Working procedures in Hollywood is more professional than Bollywood?
No, it's very difficult. Yeah, they're really on time. 9 o'clock means 9 o'clock. I can't do it. I have 10-15 minutes is important.
I should go.
You should really go there. I can't do it.
Priyanka is still a desi girl.
Means what else will I be? Of course, yes.
Rapid fire with Farhan Akhtar now. Okay, if 5-year-old Farhan Akhtar meets today's Farhan Akhtar, what would he find fascinating about today's Farhan Akhtar?
He must have been so cute at 5.
His height, because I never thought I'd make it past 5 feet.
That's so funny.
In one sentence, how would you sum up your bond with Priyanka?
It's a friendship based on mutual respect and trust and the love of creativity.
A rumor about Dawn 3 that made you laugh.
That I'm in it.
Naya Dawn, tu hai.
No, but that wasn't even, it's so false that it wasn't even a rumor.
What is your definition of love?
I don't know how you define it. It's too difficult. I don't know how to define it.
If animals
It's like saying define music. You can't.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Animals could talk, which animals would be the rudest? My neighbor's dog. I think cats. Would be the rudest.
I also am not a...
How would you describe following people in one word? Priyanka Chopra.
Desi girl.
2 words, but okay.
It's become like one thing only now.
Yeah, it's fun. Very original, huh? Great.
Since he just
Thanks
asked
for
you, are
putting
you a
so
desi
much
girl? And
thought.
you said yes.
You put so much thought into that. Thanks. Huh?
Okay, a producer. I must tell you this amazing arc that has happened. And only one thing is left. Now you tell me, I'm asking you a random, rapid fire question.
Bujhe na.
So first, done a film where we've produced and directed, Priyanka was in it. Yeah, produced a film with Priyanka in it, directed a film with Priyanka in it. Correct? Then acted in a film with Priyanka. Now I'm in a film that Priyanka is producing. What is left?
This is like what
What is left?
What is left?
What is left?
For her to direct me now in a film.
I think it's time.
That'd be
That's the
amazing.
It is time, yeah.
That's the only thing that's left now in this equation.
That is the only thing.
What a full circle
which
that
is
would be,
fantastic.
no? You will do if I come to you
Of
with
course,
something
100%.
awesome? All right.
If you could describe Meryl Streep in one word.
She's legend, yeah.
Akshay Khanna.
Creative, reclusive,
What job you'd be terrible at?
calligraphy.
I'd be terrible at being a
Imagine me with
cook.
calligraphy. With my-
If Dil Chahta Hai were to be remade today, who would replace Amir Saif and Akshay?
I don't
It
know.
will still be Amir Saif and Akshay only. They're still in
I don't
movies.
know. I don't
I
know.
asked Akshay sir, he said कि मैं ही करूँगा ना.
हाँ, तो-
जैसे रणबीर कर सकता है.
नहीं,
But I
it's-
think
I don't know.
Dil Chahta Hai to Tufan, what has changed about the industry that you wish had not changed?
I must tell you that over time, I also have personally become a lot more of a recluse over these last 18, 19 years of working. But I do feel what has changed is that I remember every time a film released, there was always this one kind of like coming together of film people, like would come
Yeah.
and watch each other's films and celebrate a release, on the face at least. They would come and celebrate.
Yeah.
But that has stopped. I feel like it's all become very
Because
isolated
premieres
and
have
insular
stopped,
now.
you think,
Yeah, but it's
maybe?
premieres or whatever. But I feel like there was a certain,
Screenings,
you
yeah.
got a sense of belonging to a fraternity when a film released.
Yeah.
When everyone came together. That celebration of a release, now that it no longer really happens, like somehow you don't get to, that feeling of fraternity I feel has become a little bit less.
How would you sum up the bond of movies with social media?
Well, I mean, there's a difference of movies with social media and movie personalities with social media. For movies, social media is amazing. I mean, whether it's good or bad, it helps the movie. So it doesn't matter. So on that level, a movie only stands to gain. Any controversy is good for it, any praise is good for it. So that's fine. But for media personalities, it's a bit, for movie personalities, it's tricky.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done?
I would think possibly driving faster than the speed limit.
If you were transported 400 years into the past with no clothes or anything else, how would you prove that you were from the future?
If I was sent back 400 years with no clothes, how
Like
would
a
I prove that?
PK
With his abs? Because I don't think people 400 years ago.
No, they must have been very, very fit back then.
Not like this.
chasing
4%
chasing
body
animals
fat.
down planes, trying to catch them. I think my general knowledge is not very bad, so I would actually maybe try and explain to them about like the chronology of time, where they're at, and what's going to happen, and maybe then when they see that happening, they'll believe that I'm from the future. Or maybe I could give them some results of a sporting event that's about to happen.
How would you know the results of a sporting event 400 years ago?
I don't know, maybe Gladiator 1 beat the Lion.
Social media.
I don't know.
You'll be having the social media at your disposal. I think both of you were excellent. It's very difficult to decide. I think Farhan Akhtar.
It's quite cool, huh?
Thank you.
Congrats.
How well do Farhan and Priyanka know each other? The first one is for Priyanka. Which of the following movies of Farhan, as director or as an actor, has won National Award for Best Feature Film? I'll give you options. Lakshya, Bhag Milkha Bhag, Dil Chahta Hai, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
I'm caught between two, but I think it's Milka, right? No?
You'll answer.
No?
You want to take a final option?
Milka.
No, it's Dil Chahta Hai.
Oh my God, you're first.
It's Dil Chahta Hai. Should I ask a simple one to him or like a difficult one?
You better ask a difficult one
I get
now
bored
so
with
that he doesn't
anything, so
get
it
it.
No, I'll ask a slightly difficult one. What was the name of Priyanka Chopra's first Marathi movie as a producer?
Oh.
It's so easy. Thank God.
I'm confused between two.
Tell me.
Kai Sala. That's also a favorite thing that she says. We must have called it that only, sorry to remember that.
Correct.
I don't know. I'm being as honest as I can. I don't know. What was it?
Ventilator.
Oh, ventilator.
Yeah. So it's like both of you have not opened the account. Which of the following shows saw Farhan Akhtar as a judge? Nach Baliye, Jhalak Dikhla Ja, Dance India Dance, Dance Plus.
There's so many dances in this question.
Yeah.
Dance plus.
Nach Baliye.
Nach Baliye. Season 1, by the way.
Season 1
Yeah,
of Nach
2005.
Baliye? You did?
2005. With Saroji. And I'm sorry once again, I was sitting next to Saroji on Nach Baliye, and she was talking to me about when she had quit choreography for a bit and moved to Dubai. And she came back because she saw Dawn and she saw Bachchan and Dawn doing Khaike and said, I want to go back and do dance again. Which is why when we did it again, I called her up and I said, please come and do that song.
Holy crap.
Which of the following actresses has Priyanka never worked with in a film?
It's easier.
Kareena Kapoor, Lara Dutta, Deepika Padukone, Katrina Kaif.
Okay, you worked with, just say the names again, you worked with Kareena, that I know. You worked
Lara,
with Lara, so in Don't Do
Deepika
It.
and Katrina.
Deepika and Katrina. Deepika and you worked in Sanjay's film. So, Katrina.
He's right.
खुलवा दिया ना खाता.
देखिए मैंने लेकिन
question
अपनी
देखिए.
तरफ से
It's
अपनी
full
तरफ से
properly
मैंने
thought
अपनी
out.
तरफ से बिल्कुल.
Maths किया तुमने. ठीक है.
What was the name of the character played by Farhan in the movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara?
I've
Arjun.
seen that MMD also. Now I don't remember.
I'll give you the names. I'll give the name. Arjun, Abhay, Imran, Nawaz.
Abhay.
Arjun,
Arjun.
Abhay, Imran, Nawaz.
Imran.
She's right. She's right. 1-1. 1-1.
Abhay.
What was Priyanka Chopra's name in the series?
Matlab, this has
What
taken
was-
booth capturing to another level.
नहीं नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं तो इंटरेस्टिंग होना चाहिए ना
Both captured.
थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग मतलब बराबर होना
vote for
चाहिए
it. Done.
नहीं नहीं बराबर होना चाहिए What is Priyanka Chopra's name in the series Quantico?
Oh, one second.
That's really
Arey
funny.
yaar. Options, please.
Options make it very easy actually.
That's true.
No, but you're giving me options. You gave options.
Alex Parrish, Alexa Batson, Shelby Wyatt, Mia Asher.
The first one.
Alex Parrish. He's still 2-1. In which year was Farhan Akhtar born? I'll give you options. 73, 74, 75, 76.
So you should have said 74, 84, 54, then I'd be able to.
That's
We can
too
make
easy.
it that easy, ना?
74,
That-
75.
फिर वो कहेंगे कि भाई आप तो you are being
73, 74, 75, 76. Celebrated birthday every year.
74.
She's right.
She is.
Yes!
She's right. So her score is 2, right?
Two each.
If you want to call it that.
No,
Yes,
so
it is.
And,
It's
and,
two
and
each,
his
please.
is 2 as well.
only,
So
two
2
each.
all. So if he gets it right, he wins.
This is very stressful.
So should I ask a difficult one?
Why? If he gets it right,
Yeah, because you answered what the first one.
Both of you, huh?
but we are 2 all,
We
huh?
are 2 all. Huh?
2 all.
So if I get it wrong, he wins.
No, but
Oh, you started.
You started, na? We started with
Correct,
you.
correct, correct.
He has given more
Oh.
right answers than
Yeah,
you.
I've given more right answers.
Okay.
Oh, you better get it wrong.
Priyanka Chopra won Miss World Beauty title in which year? I can give you options. If you want.
You'll have to give me options.
2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
He does the maths and all that.
1 second. It was the year. Maybe.
He's
It's
doing the
not
maths.
2000.
2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
I'm not absolutely sure, but I'll go with 2002.
He's wrong.
Oh.
I have the conviction with which you said it's not 2000.
was
It is 2000.
It is 2000.
He laughs. With such conviction, it's not 2000.
Okay, we'll have like a tiebreaker.
Oh, I thought it was
We'll have a
2002.
tiebreaker. In
20 years next year,
in which of the
man.
following movies Farhan didn't act? He did not act in this movie. Wazir, Lucknow Central, Bar Bar Dekho, Shaadi Ke Side Effects.
Bar bar dekho. It's a tiebreaker, so even I get to answer, right?
This is to her.
Oh,
This is to her. One to her and one to you.
I see.
This will keep.
That's a tiebreaker.
What
usually
was
both people
the
answer.
character played by Farhan in the movie Wazir?
Wazir?
Wazir. No. It's terrorist, gangster, detective, anti-terrorist officer.
Anti-terrorism officer.
I like these people who are prompting from there. Very sweet, very kind of you. Okay, anyway. It's right.
No, this time they didn't.
It's right.
3-2.
When they
I
did, it
think
was wrong.
She's ahead. Who was the lead actor of Priyanka Chopra's debut Hindi film? Hero.
It's a story of a spy. Sunny Deol.
3 all. 3 all. So I think. Okay.
Just give us one.
Quickly.
Can you
We'll
just give
quickly.
it? Just give her the speaker.
Okay.
Then we both have it.
One more.
Yeah,
One
both
more. एक और last try करते हैं उसके बाद फिर it will be like a.
I know
you
you've
just
come up against
decide.
2 people who have just too much knowledge.
Farhan-
So it's tough.
We know
And
so much about
Okay.
it.
Farhan directed a short movie to spread awareness on HIV/AIDS. If you can name the movie. Should I give you options?
Yes.
Wait, what? You can't be googling there. Huh?
Positive. Positive, AIDS, negative. Those are the names of the movie.
Oh, positive, AIDS, or negative? Positive.
She's right.
Yeah, she's correct.
She's
Absolutely.
right.
I mean,
4-3.
it's logical to me.
Which of the following actors has Priyanka never worked with? Bobby Deol, John Abraham, Ranbir Kapoor, Imran Khan.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
One minute, Ranveer and you have worked together. I know. Who else? Sorry.
John Abraham, Ranbir Kapoor, Bobby Deol, Imran Khan.
Have Imran and you worked in a film? I'll probably say Imran. I don't think Imran and her worked.
My God. So it's very tough. So I think what we can do is, since you've already won one speaker, I think she deserves.
So can I give it to her?
Yeah, you surely. Yeah.
Here you go.
So thank you so much. Lovely talking to you guys, and congratulations for doing a
thank
fantastic
you
film.
very much.
Person looking forward to
Thank
watching it, and we hope that it's a huge success. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you for
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi guys, this is Priyanka.
Hi, this is Farhan.
And you're watching
Bollywood.
Hungama.
Ga.